Greg Laurie's Harvest Festival has over 7,000 public professions of faith. If you guys don't know who Greg Laurie is, the movie Jesus Revolution was based on his life. He is a friend of the channel, and they recently had the Harvest Festival, and the news from the Harvest Festival is massive. This is incredible. Over 7,000 public decisions for Christ at Greg Laurie's SoCal Harvest Festival. Okay, it happened over the 4th of July weekend, I believe, here in Southern California. 34th Annual SoCal Harvest Crusade Evangelistic Outreach, California, hosted by megachurch pastor Greg Laurie, all right, of Harvest Christian Fellowship. The Honda Center in Anaheim was packed to the brim for worship on Saturday and Sunday with over 32,000 attendees in person for the two-day crusade. An additional 250,000 guests live-streamed the virtual event. Last weekend was the first time SoCal Harvest was held in the Honda Center after being annually at Angel Stadium. The outreach theme for 2023 was Jesus Changes Everything. That's amazing. The event was described as a chance for people in California and across the globe to encounter faith for the first time or rediscover faith in Jesus through online fellowship and live worship. Both days aim to serve as an opportunity to get your biggest questions about life answered. Saturday included performances from Phil Wickham, all kinds of worship leaders. Sunday, performances from Harvest Worship and Grammy Award-winning singers Chris Tomlin, Michael W. Smith. Following Saturday's music set, Laurie took to the stage, thanking the crowd for attending the event and reflecting on 121 Harvest Crusades that he's led in the past 3 decades. Okay, so over the past 3 decades, he's been in front of over 7 million people. They've done 100. He says, we've done 121 crusades all around the world, and we've had the opportunity to bring the gospel in person to 6 million people. And best of all, we've seen 600,000 people make a profession of faith to follow Jesus Christ. Isn't that great? That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so this is the replay if you guys want to check it out. Harvest Crusades have been held in the United States, Canada, New Zealand, Australia since the 1990s with over 8 million in-person participants and millions of people who have virtually taken part in the Christian events. Laurie encouraged the crowd Saturday to open their hearts to receive Jesus Christ. He opened up what his life was like before he knew God. The 70-year-old pastor referenced the Christian film released in theaters, Jesus Revolution, who told the story of the faith journey through adolescence and how he achieved his rise to his pastoral leadership role. Before I was a Christian, I was really searching for meaning and purpose in my life. My mother was a raging alcoholic. Maybe you saw the story. How many have seen Jesus Revolution? Laurie said, yes, you know my story. I was searching. I saw the alcohol haze of my mother's bad choices, and I knew I didn't want that life. But then I made some bad choices myself. I got into drugs. It wasn't long. I concluded, I'm only 17 at this point, but I concluded I don't want my mother's generation. Ain't that the truth? How many of us avoid the mistakes of our parents and go a totally different way because we don't want to repeat that? I don't want the life I've been living. Sort of like a process of elimination. I know what I didn't want to do, but what did I want? Why was I on this earth? Why did I exist? And so he goes on to share his story tonight for you. That is a visitor, especially if you're not a believer yet. I'm especially glad you're here. In many ways, this night is here for you. You are our special guest. Hey, you want to see something kind of crazy? Over 75% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing and turning your bell notification on so that you don't miss anything we have going here. All right? Peace. Wow. So he gives people these little 3 action steps. Read your Bible, pray, go to church. Laurie also delivered multiple prayers throughout the event, one of which he prayed that those participating in both days would share the voice of the Lord. Wow. This is amazing, man. Shout out to Greg Laurie. Shout out to Harvest. Let me see. So this is a whole stream here, but I mean, there are just tons and tons of people at this thing. So all you guys that are like, oh, Christianity is dying, Christianity is shrinking. Listen, this is, he's giving away the Bible. This is an amazing time in American history where they're doing this and they have the resources to put this together. But yeah, major W for Pastor Greg Laurie, doing great work. And this is my thing. I think that the gospel is going further than ever. I think in the midst of great darkness, the light shines even brighter. So if you're in a very, very dark room and there's a little bit of light, it's going to shine brighter in a darker room. And I think that's what we're seeing happening. I think we're seeing the message of Jesus go further. We're seeing the way it's articulated become more innovative with technology and all these different things. And I think we're seeing as a proxy, more people come to faith in Jesus. And that may look different based on where people are at, meaning that if you're looking at the numbers strictly from the church is dwindling, the numbers are going down, yada, yada, yada. Well, that's if you're counting the mainline church and people are leaving those churches because those churches have gone off the rails a long time ago. But if you look at these sorts of numbers, 7,000 people making public professions. I'd be curious how many of those people made public professions for the first time, how many people rededicated. And I'd also be curious what are the types of systems that they're incorporating to get people plugged into church, because that's the main W for me. That's the main W I know for Greg is like, let's get people plugged in church. Let's get people discipled. Let's get people walking in their faith in Jesus. But I think this is a huge, huge W for the kingdom, and I hope that this continues happening. And shout out to Greg Laurie, still crushing it at 70 years young, still preaching, still organizing these massive events, still sharing the gospel. Jesus Revolution is about to come on Netflix just here, I think in August, which is going to be massive. I think that's going to extend a reach. And again, I think this is us as Christians needing to recapture media, needing to recapture art, needing to recapture music, needing to recapture these tools that we should be pioneering in my opinion. I think historically we have, and I'd say in the last 100 years since fundamentalism has kind of crept into the evangelical ecosystem, it's gotten weird, and we've fled the arts, we fled media, we fled music, we fled the cities, and we've kind of gotten more and more insulated. And I hope that when people see what Greg is doing, when people see what we're doing here on YouTube, that they would get inspired and fired up to go back into these corners and these highways and byways of life so that we can continue having an impact for the gospel. And yeah, so check out when Jesus Revolution on Netflix when it comes out. It's coming out soon. I've seen it, I don't know, 3-4 times at this point. It's an amazing movie. And I think God's only going to continue using Pastor Greg and Harvest and everything they're doing. So shout out to Pastor Greg, man. If you enjoy what we're doing here, you want to become a monthly partner so that you get the after party to this stream completely unedited. Get the access to our podcast before they go live. We got some amazing guests coming up, and you get access to our private Discord and so much more for only $5 a month. It'll keep us independent, so we never have to take a brand deal and make goofy commercials like these.
Our friends at Genucel Skincare have exciting news to celebrate in 2023.
Using Manscaped during my showers after workout has given me much more confidence.
And that's where Mudwater comes in.
True Classic has got your back.
All thanks to the sponsor of today's video, SayMine.com.
Established Titles is your opportunity to earn the title of Laird or Lady. Subject to credit approval, rates range from 7.99% APR to 19.99% APR, included 0.50% autopay discount.
If you don't want us to make ads with brands you don't care about, sign up for our online community for as little as $5 a month to keep us independent and ultimately answering to you as our boss. You get all sorts of benefits like daily replays of our after party streams, exclusive access to our Discord community, and early access to our podcast interviews, all starting for only $5 a month.